Hi, my name is Brooklyn Wagner, and I'm a PhD student at The Ohio State University in the Department of Animal Sciences. This is a video abstract outlining the first project of my PhD. The focus of my PhD has been investigating the use of intranasal oxytocin as an attenuator of stress in beef cattle. We all know that stress is detrimental to cattle, both from a health and well-being standpoint as well as a production and efficiency standpoint. Big changes in management or husbandry procedures are not always possible or practical in our animal production systems. In rodents and humans, intranasal oxytocin has been shown to blunt the physiological reaction to various stressors. Our aim was to apply this concept to beef cattle. In this study, I used 28 Bos Taurus heifers and randomly allocated them to one of 4 treatments in a 2x2 factorial arrangement. The stressor applied was either isolation alone or restraint in isolation. The intranasal treatment applied was either saline or oxytocin. Oxytocin was applied at a rate of 0.3 IUs per kilogram of body weight, and intranasal treatment was administered 30 minutes prior to stressor application. Roof's restraint was used to restrain animals. Blood samples were collected every 10 minutes for 2 hours. Cortisol concentrations increased over time in animals exposed to restraint and isolation, as seen with the dashed lines. In addition, cortisol concentrations decreased over time in animals exposed to isolation, as seen with the solid lines, suggesting a habituation to isolation stress. Plasma ACTH concentrations decreased over time in isolated animals and showed no distinct pattern over time in restrained and isolated animals. Greater plasma oxytocin concentrations were detected in restrained and isolated animals compared to isolated animals, independent of intranasal treatment. This suggests an endogenous release of oxytocin in response to restraint and isolation stress. Under the conditions of the study, oxytocin did not affect the HPA axis. Our next study aims to evaluate the pharmacokinetics of intranasal oxytocin in cattle. We would like to say thank you to the facility manager, Wayne Shriver, as well as the rest of the staff at the Eastern Agricultural Research Station.